I am pissed off. I do not like racism whatsoever. Yes, we're rednecks, but we are equal opportunity rednecks. In other words, we either make fun of you all or we make fun of none, and we just make fun of everybody, including ourselves. And I'm all about, let me just get started with the Second Amendment. I'm all about the Second Amendment. I'm all about stand your ground. But what I'm not all about is pursuing someone and then standing your ground, okay? If you pursue somebody and you ain't a cop, then you better damn well be right. This happened in Georgia, all right? When rednecks pretend to be cops, innocent people die. A private person, Georgia law says a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. If the offense is a felony, then the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him. This was meant for, hey, I just saw you shoot that person. We can legally stop you and not be held liable. This is not for you to go play cop and do what's going to be in this video. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is a disturbing video. Very disturbing video, so you may want to go get an early refill if this is going to bother you. But I think it's very important to show what, unfortunately, and I'm not a social justice warrior, but unfortunately a lot of black men have to deal with in America. Yes, we all commit crimes, and so there are preconceived notions out there. In fact, if my child got kidnapped, I'd probably go looking for a white guy with bald head. Not me. The bald that has the stuff on the side, okay? This just happens, but you have no right. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty, so I'm going to play this video. Go ahead and stay quiet for a minute. That's him taking a jog. Apparently he jogs on the road quite a bit, but they thought he just broke into a house and was running away. Either way, still no excuse to go out and confront him. Wait for the cops. By the way, there's two vehicles. You see how one just tried to intercept him. And he runs for a little bit and claps. Okay. Bottom line. We would have done the same thing. I don't care what anybody says, well, why did he run? No. First of all, these guys are not cops. They're in unmarked vehicles. There's a bunch of rednecks in a country town running after a black guy. One gets out with a shotgun, you're going to fight or flight. All right? This is sickening to me. Rednecks, don't be cops. Okay?
Yep.
Georgia is also a stand your ground state. So this Ahmaud Arbery, rest in peace, could have used deadly force against these hicks if he had a gun and been totally justified because they approached him and got in their face.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, there's no excuse for this type of action. You accusing this man of your excuse. I'm going to say excuse because that's all it is a damn excuse to try to get around the law. Is that you thought that he stole something? His hands were empty. He was wearing a white T-shirt and running shoes or running shorts. There's no way to say that he was carrying anything that would justify saying that he stole anything at all. It's absolute ludicrous. And just like you said, pro Second Amendment myself, this is not what the Second Amendment is made for. This is not the reason why the Second Amendment exists. And this is the reason why we're in a predicament where we argue about the Second Amendment is because of stupid people making stupid decisions with guns in their hands. And that's the bottom line. And that burns my skin.
Right. And let me just tell you, if you're, and I hope we get 1 million viewers on here. And I hope if you're a racist, you're changing your mind by watching this show. If you're a racist and you think that this is like some white nationalist show, as you notice, I'll have Hispanics on here, black people on here. There's no toleration for racism on this page or as part of my audience at all. In fact, if you're a racist, you need to get on your knees and give your heart to Christ. And I am a Christian. I'm not a big Bible thumper, but you need some soul searching. Jasper, who's on this show, and Kareem, I'm sure, can agree with him, says that a fear he constantly has when he goes home to Georgia, fear that, it was a modern day lynching. That was no different than back in the day when they would have said, oh, you whistled at that white girl and they strung you up. And it's sickening. And thank God we have a justice system and they're moving too slow down there because originally they weren't filing charges because this old guy, the old guy, and I'm going to show you him on the screen again. He's a former investigator for the prosecutor's office. They're on their third prosecutor that finally said, oh yeah, I'll show this to a grand jury. It should never have taken 3 prosecutors. So that's just my opinion. I don't want to beat this to death. I mean, there was no pun intended there at all because it's not a joking matter. But I hope that justice is served. There was no reason for this man to lose his life. There's already, he got caught with a gun once. Doesn't matter. Does not freaking matter. We're talking about the here and the now. That guy was out on his morning jog, and he lost his life. And there's a mother grieving because of it, and that's sickening.